All right. Chat, you out there? Let's see. Let's see. Think I'm live. There we are. Hello. All right, cool. How's everybody doing? Let's see. Let me make sure everything's going good here. All right. Hi, Haunted Doll, Land of Evolution. Good to see you, Samuel W. What do we got? Flash flood in Platte County. Water over roadway for 1.5 miles east of Highway 91 and 45. And Newman Grove, 9 miles northwest of Newman Grove. Water over the Highway 32 between 320th and 330th. Yikes. Severe thunderstorm watch until 4 a.m. Shelf cloud, that's a good question. We can look real quick. They don't show up real good at night, but we'll see. Good question right out of the gate, though. Let's see. Howdy from Chatville, USA. Hi, Jim. Mr. Tech, good to see you. Joshua, always a pleasure. Joshua, both Joshuas out there. Logan, Cameron, all right. Doing good here. Yeah, look at that. Kind of got it. Hey, Chris, look at that.
Cool.
Cool, huh?
That looks fun.
That's cool. You know, Tiga, Giga, Giga, I've heard that. And I'm wondering if a long time ago I was doing stuff because I thought designed for kids. It's like, well, none of this has swear words or anything. So yeah, it's designed for kids. And now nobody's getting notifications. I don't know how to fix that. If anybody knows how to fix that, because it's content designed for kids, I don't know where that's at. I have everything turned off that says it's for kids. I don't know how to fix that. And it's upsetting to me that it's still doing that. Let's see, a little windy in Lincoln, Terry saying, yeah. Cluster of storms. So see, some people get notified every time and some people don't. I think Liquid Retro is one of them that doesn't. And Giga Tiga that's 2 now that I know of. I'm not sure. I don't know what the problem is. Let's see. No sound. Oh, hang on. I'm Okay, sorry about that, Facebook people. Should be better now. Mr. Tech says, I get notifications, but sometimes if you watch on a TV when signed out, then it doesn't let you watch again without age verification. Yeah, I got to figure that out. I'm going to have to dig deep into it. See, 62 and 59 mile per hour wind gusts near Millard in Douglas County. That goes there. Yeah, sorry, Facebook friends, I had a different microphone hooked up and then I hooked up a different one and I forgot to change it over to that one, so sorry about that. Oh. Giga Tiga, that's good to know. Unsubscribe and then resubscribe. I'll remember that. That's awesome. Okay, let's look at the storms. Let's see, Sarpy County, Papillion, 59 mile per hour wind gust. Watch continues. Look at this lightning though. Boom. There's a ton of lightning. Yeah, that's Cheyenne and Liquid Retro. Try that. Let me know if it works. I would really love to know if it works. When will Lincoln get hit? Probably within the hour. It's close. I mean, it's right up there. So yeah, it'll hit Lincoln probably, and then I'm gonna say just after 11 o'clock, probably between 11:15 and 11:30. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna activate all of my cameras. So one moment. Let's do. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. Nice looking shelf cloud coming across city of Lincoln now. Yes, Victoria between 11 and 12. Is it still on track to hit Beatrice? Yes, probably closer to midnight. Lightning and wind in Waverly. Thanks, Beth. Very windy. This will hit Beatrice. Yes, Crystal. Got a lot of questions coming from both sides. See, I'm doing two different things. These guys over here, you're my YouTubers. These guys over here, you're my Facebook Livers. So I'm trying to catch everybody. Okay. Go back to the radar. What direction is the Skycam pointed? Due north. Is this the worst of it for Omaha? Yes. Omaha, you're just about done. In fact, most of Omaha is done. Just rain now. Fremont, same thing. Moving through Wahoo now. David City, Columbus. Lincoln, you're still probably a half hour, 45 minutes away. And this stretches all the way up too. I mean, look at that. That's a heck of it. That's a long line. It goes 120 miles that way, 180 miles that way. So that's 300 miles. It's 300 miles of a storm. Tornado threat is pretty small, Joshua. As the storm moves east, southeast, will it weaken? It'll still stay the same strength in southeast Nebraska. Maybe when it gets into Kansas and Missouri. So yes. Hail? No, this is more of a wind threat, Barbie Ferguson. Let's see, how fast is the storm? How quick will it move through the city of Lincoln? That's a good question. This particular storm right here, severe thunderstorm warning, that is moving southeast at 45 miles per hour. So this is a pretty quick moving storm. I'm probably not going to be here very late, which is good news. But it's moving southeast around 45 miles per hour. Now, that said, if it's moving southeast, I mean, it's moving like this. So we still have this whole part of the storm to go. Huh, Charles, you were the one that said that, huh? We are in a storm watch until 4 a.m. You are right, Land of Evolution, but that doesn't mean for everybody. I mean, if they did it like county by county, it'd be too difficult to do that. So they say 4 a.m., but this area will be let go pretty soon. This area right here is until 4 a.m. This area right here is between now and 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So everybody's different. The whole thing is until 4 a.m., but that's because that's the very last of it is through 4 a.m. Some will be done with it sooner than others. Winds picking up in southeast Lincoln. Good to know. Thank you, Michaela. Any chance those storms going straight east cause spin-ups, or are they too weak? Yeah, I'm definitely watching this weird thing right here, whatever that's doing. That's this area right here is not behaving. So keeping a very close eye on that. In fact, let's look at the velocity. I mean, it's kind of rotating. This area right here near Albion. It's very broad, but it's weird. It's just being weird. Look at all that though. Let's see how much lightning we got. 775 strikes. Just got here. What's happening to Lincoln? You're probably half hour away, maybe 20 minutes. How fast is the storm going? It's all moving southeast around 40, 45 miles per hour. Tornado where? No tornado anywhere. I'm just watching potential for rotation. Rebecca Rose was asking if there's a tornado somewhere. Any tornado threat ahead of the boundary towards Lincoln? There's always a tornado threat with thunderstorms, but it's just a small chance. This is more of a wind issue, not a rotating wind issue. Almost seems like it wants to split. I'm not sure where you're seeing that, but no, it's just the strongest part of the storm is bowing out faster than the rest. So this area right here has strong winds in it. See how it's bowing out more than everybody else? And this is just your longest part of it. It'll stay together. This will eventually wear itself out and everybody will catch up. Is this going to miss Lincoln? No. General thunderstorms in Bellevue. Yeah, it's the storm. This is, like I said, this is more of a wind threat right here. Everything else is just a good old-fashioned thunderstorm. I know somebody wanted to hear that. Corinth asking weird as in how? I mean, this right here is not behaving like the rest of the storm. It's like it's pushing north and then it comes back down and then back up and then back down. That's why it's being weird. That's what I'm watching. What about Beatrice? Charlie asks. Storms are possible probably in the next hour. Bestie Devos. Charles, that put $1 in the tip jar, Charles. If you say that the D word, that's not allowed here. People tell him. We need a good old-fashioned thunderstorm on a T-shirt. I agree, Scotty. That would be awesome. I need to start writing this stuff down. Good old-fashioned thunderstorm, trusty Rusty. The dome is a myth. There's other things too. Let's see. Coming southeast of Lincoln, Bennett, Nebraska. Everybody's going to see storms from Grand Island east. So how strong the storm is going to be just kind of depends. Right now, the strongest part of the storm is east of Lincoln. Meanwhile, all of this is heavy rain, lots of lightning, and gusty winds. This right here is the strongest part of the storm because it's bowing out. There's a lot of wind in there. Yep. Charles needs to feed the ice cream fund. Come on, Charles, where are you at? Let's see. Okay. Flood threat for Lincoln. Maybe in some spots. I think low-lying areas, we could probably see some ponding. Probably be hard to drive on the roadways. Last time we had that heavy rain that moved through the southern part of Lincoln, it was pouring, and somebody was driving like 70, 80 miles an hour down one of the main streets and hydroplaned and got into a bad accident. So, I mean, you got to slow down regardless, especially when there's water on the ground. Looks like the storms down in southwest Nebraska died out and won't meet this front north of us. Nope, you're right, Jordan. Absolutely right. Lost 3 trees to high winds over the past 5-ish years, says Mr. Tech. Yeah, that's when you start to see rain and then rain again and then rain again and then you get a high wind event. It's easier to topple over those trees, especially the big trees. Is the intensity going to decrease as the storms move southeast? You're the second person to ask that. Why is everybody asking that? No. Maybe when they get into Kansas and Missouri, but they're going to stay the same strength they are for the foreseeable future. See, got a report of golf ball size hail in Cedar County. This was quite a while ago. This was like 3 hours ago. Yeah, Antelope Valley Parkway. It's just a sad thing, Joshua. Why? Jeez. Very windy in Eagle. Thank you, Ryland Packett. Thank you for that. Time frame for Nebraska-Kansas line. You're probably hour and 15 away from that. So around Beatrice and areas south, you're probably an hour away. Some rain in South Lincoln. Oh, cool. Already? Man, nothing on radar yet. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change this to sweeping radar. Oh, little outflow boundary. That's probably what you got going. See that outflow boundary? Look at that. Look at that. Hang on. I'm going to move it back right there. You see that? This line right here? That's the outflow boundary. That is so cool. So that's blowing through Lincoln right now, and we're just moments away from storms rolling through the capital city. Yeah, Charles, I think it's just debris from the wind. Let's look at the tower cam. Hang on. Oh, good lightning show going on, Chris.
Is it?
Yeah. Got my engineer here. So windy in northeast Lincoln. Thanks, Lindsay. Wind is picked up at 75th and Old Cheney. Yeah, I'm starting to hear this old building in southwest Lincoln creak a little bit. Definitely picked up in southeast Lincoln. Thanks, Jim. Yeah, it's windy, I think, all over. If it does not bow, is it a gust front? It's a good question, but hard to answer. I'm going to try, let's look at the allo cam, see what that looks like. Yeah, tower cam's at the station. This one, though, is not. This one's obviously downtown Lincoln. Honda of Lincoln. This one's also in southwest, but it's pointed the wrong way. Maybe ABC Seamless? Oh, you can see the camera shaking there. Goodness. Okay. Yeah. That one's shaking too, though. Getting really windy about 300 feet up. Okay, back to the radar. Windy and raining at 20th and Superior. Thank you, Terry. Good to know. Yeah, let me know what you're seeing at your house. If you got rain, if you got wind. Daniel Castillo, hey, W in the chat. I got to text my daughter. W in the chat. Woohoo. Thanks, Daniel. Oh, hang on. There we go. That's awesome. Thanks, Danny. Appreciate that. Can you see? Oh, yeah. We are doing some renovations to our studio, so keep an eye on our channel. Chris back there is doing some stuff. W, I like that, JR. or W in French. Kevin West, W in the chat. Thanks, Kevin. Thank you. Keeper of the Lake, Sue Jordan. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate that. Wins so far at 86th and Old Cheney. Yeah, this is coming through pretty good. And you know, this isn't giving up over here. Keep an eye on this right there. That's gonna probably push this way and meet up with these storms here at some point. We'll keep an eye on that. It's an odd little boundary layer. This right here, it's still connected. It's still there. Just because it's not raining anymore, it's still trying to meet up with those storms, trying to join. Even seeing, you're kind of seeing it. See this right here? That right there? That's part of this. Interesting. I mean, I know this is the main part of the storm right there, the reverse C. But this is doing something. Keeping an eye on that. Nothing major right now, nothing severe, just worth watching. Let's see. It's falling apart fast. It seems like it's kind of holding steady, maybe even gaining some strength north of Grand Island. Wind really gusting in the highlands. Thanks, B. Is this going to trigger a warning for Lancaster County? Very possible. Very, very possible. I don't think it's going to hail Warsher. This is more of a wind event now. Northeast Lincoln, Mahoney, lightning, wind rocking the treetops, and temps drop. Feels much cooler outside. I can't wait for that. Hail outlook is low. Warsher, you're welcome, Travis. Just getting started. Yep. Any bets on power outages in Lincoln? We'll probably see a couple. I mean, if it gets really windy as this starts to move through, wouldn't surprise me. Maybe some weak trees fall on power lines, something like that. Somebody's flight to Omaha got diverted to KC. Oh man, you're almost home and then it gets diverted. Oh no. Will it train over Lincoln? Maybe for a little bit. That's a possibility. So what makes a storm severe? Good question. Wind gusts exceeding 57 miles per hour, hail at least 1 inch in diameter, and rotation within a storm that could lead to a possible tornado. Those are the three things. So basically it's wind, hail, and possible tornado. Lightning has nothing to do with it. Lightning comes with every single thunderstorm. You could have the most amount of lightning ever known to a thunderstorm and it wouldn't make it severe. It's got to be the hail and the wind and the tornado threat. Storm's going to make it to KC next. Yeah. Someone says starting to look like a derecho, maybe, but it's got to go like 400 miles. So it's not even close to being there yet. 57 is so odd. That's because they do it in knots. So it's like 50 knots. So yeah, scientists don't use miles per hour because it's, a mile. We use knots. No tornado threat, is that correct? I'm not going to say a zero threat. The chance is small, but this isn't the right setup for like a disaster, huge tornado. This is, if something happens, it would just be a spin up, just a quick spin up. It would, so So there you go. So, but yeah, I mean, it's never zero with severe thunderstorm, or with thunderstorms like this, but some chances are less than others, and this is a pretty small chance. What is the conversion from? Oh, there you go. Okay. I'm going to start driving in knots. There you go. I've driven in kilometers per hour when me and the family went over to France to check it out over there. It's weird because all of a sudden the speed limit says like 100 miles per hour, 120 or kilometers an hour, 120. Like, you feel like you're flying, but then you stop looking at the speedometer and it's like, oh, I'm actually not going that fast. Thursday night or Friday looks interesting for Lincoln. Yeah, that's a long ways away. It's Monday. Will we ever have a tornado threat this year? It's been quiet, thankfully. I hope not. I can do without tornadoes. Good old-fashioned thunderstorms every single time, but a tornado threat, especially what happened last year, you just don't want to see it. First drops hitting Branched Oak now. Thanks, Christy. Is GI in the clear? Not yet. Not yet. Still got these storms over here for GI. So Grand Island, Hastings, I think Kearney's probably in the clear, but Grand Island, Hastings, East still has a decent chance. Still got that severe thunderstorm watch right there. So these storms will go like this and like this. Let's look at the thing here again. The camera. Probably going to see some pretty good lightning right now. Yep, there you go. Ooh, that's cool. It's almost purple, isn't it? Hey, chat, check that out. It's purple. Oh, yeah. I slept through that, Jim. I mean, it happened at like 6 in the morning, like between 5 and 6. And it's the first time I've ever slept through a storm like that. I heard there was like really loud lightning, and I was so exhausted. Purple rain. Purple rain. Flooding concerns for Lincoln, asked Kurt. Not really. I mean, we could see some heavy rain, but it's not a flash flood issue. But heavy rain certainly a possibility. And we're still not done with severe weather. We might see some gusty winds. Right now, it's best case scenario. This is more linear like this, and then it bounces up like this. So it's still a wind threat, but it's discombobulated. So it's not a big wind threat, and the hail threat is not, because since it's a wind threat, since it's linear, the hail threat is much smaller. So we're seeing, some areas like right there, like that purple right there, that's probably some small hail, but that's it. I don't see any more purples in there. So the hail threat is small and the damaging wind threat is small for now. Just got the Apple weather notification. Whoops, where did this go? For a severe thunderstorm watch. It goes through 4 a.m. Anybody got recommendations on a home weather station? I've been thinking about the Tempest one is what I like. Yeah, I've had a Tempest weather station, the very first one, like this series one, and it's still working great. And it's been 6 years, 7 years. I've had it 7 years, and it's still working like a charm. Will Offutt be in the clear soon? Yes. It'll rain, but the severe threat is going through and most likely past now. Is there any science to how storms behave at day versus at night? Yeah. Yep, they act differently. Does the color of the lightning mean anything? Yeah, it means there's different levels of nitrogen and different things in the atmosphere. I don't remember exactly. It's been too long since that chapter in meteorology. God, there was something. I'd have to look it up now. Lightning hit another transformer near me in central Omaha. Oh no. Hi, Craigs. Let's see. Hi, Rusty. Hi, Megan. Good to see you. Loose freezer panels getting thrown around my job in Air Park. Checked where cameras. Oh, geez. Outflow cooling things off. Absolutely. Yeah, don't need flooding in Grand Island. That's for sure. What's the morning looking like? Lingering showers and storms, and then that'll be it. If I'm gonna sleep through it. Let's see. Yeah, ambient weather stations are good too. So, let's see. Coming at Lincoln now. What did I say? Between 11:15 and 11:30? Ah, it was close. There's the lightning. The only thing I know about lightning is if you were able to throw 2 water molecules near the speed of light, you could possibly make lightning. That's cool. I like that. Is another round headed in after this one? No, this will be it. They always hit in the early AM hours lately. I know. I much prefer the 7 to 9 thunderstorm rolling through instead of the 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Ugh, shocking. Thunder in downtown Lincoln, cool. Dry at Davie, all right. Appreciate that, Daryl. Let's see. Nope, Mills, Iowa. Oh, I'm sure Bestie Devos, they've already screenshotted that and went, look. It's also happening west of Columbus, but nobody cares about that area. Yep, warnings are expired. Expired. The weird storm by Albion it did something. That was a good question. It actually did something weird. We were watching this. Here, let me show you. Hang on. So I was watching this area right here, okay? So back and forth. See how it's just kind of being weird. It's like it looks like it was trying to spin, but it wasn't. So I was watching that area, but watch what it did. All of that new right there. So there was something going on right there that made that, it was like there was outflows going or something that created more storms in that area. So I knew something was weird going on there, and sure enough, that was it. I think they'll cancel the watch early. They'll cancel it as soon as this line is out of the watch area. They try not to cancel too early. Better safe than sorry. It's your birthday today. Today, the 7th or the 8th? If it's today, happy birthday. They haven't been super severe this year, though. That's true. That's true. We needed it after last year. Last year was awful. lightning on 40th and Pine Hill. Thank you, Sugar 4T. Oh, good to know, Charles. I can't wait to go outside. Is that all coming through Lincoln as well? Yes. We're probably going to get this right here will likely go through Lincoln. That's kind of the trajectory of it. Starting to get windy in northern York County. Thank you, Adam. Let's see. Somebody asked, "What's the ETA of the storms near Columbus for the Lincoln area?" That's a good question. I think that's probably where we're going to see storms. So we're going to see this first round move through, and then that, and a little more coming through what's over by Columbus. That'll probably be here in an hour. Rainfall potential map, I do, but here's the thing about rainfall potential maps. They're using model data that's probably 3 or 4 hours old. So it may be off, but I would say this is probably a good 1/4 to a 1/2 inch. And if you're in an area where like Lincoln is going to see this first round and then another round, Lincoln's going to see this and then probably this as well. That may be more like a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. Your station north of Columbus is at 1.4. That's a solid rain. So maybe that's what Lincoln's going to see too. Thanks, Bryson. Nothing by the airport yet in Lincoln Northwest 12th area. I think we broke records in every category. Columbus here, if anyone cares. Thanks, Roger. Any active flood warnings? I don't see any. Let me make sure, though. So that's a good question. Sometimes I have things turned off. Yeah, there is actually, right there. Flash flood warning for Boone, Madison, and Platte till 1 a.m. Looks like emergency management reported flash flooding east of the Highway 91 and 45 intersection. 2 and 3 inches of rain has fallen in that area already, and another 1 to 2 is possible. So yeah, we got one flash flood warning for Boone, Madison, and Platte. So there you go. Smells like rain at 38th and Normal. That's a great smell. You have to say all the letters. Noah. I say Noah. Our local raccoon just climbed up our big tree. How much lightning strikes on radar? Let's find out. Lightning. From Des Moines to O'Neill, 600. 600 lightning strikes. Let's see. Cold wind here in Hickman. That's something I like to hear. That line you were talking about that blew up from the spin is getting wild to watch. Yeah? It's just kind of weird, isn't it? Between O'Neill and Grand Island? Something strange. Can I put my trash cans out? Well, if you live in Sioux City, sure. O'Neill, probably okay. North Platte. But if you live in like Lincoln, I'd give it a minute. The smell of rain is called petrichor. I should probably know that. How is Grand Island looking? Weather apps seem to be changing every 10 minutes. Weather apps are crap. Grand Island is going to have a pretty good chance for storms, but it's probably going to be like an hour from now. Bad winds on West C and South Coddington and Lincoln. We tipped the basketball net over just in case. Good call, Victoria. Okay. Thanks, Robert. Hope this puts a dent in our drought. I agree. This should do at least something. It should help out a little bit. Yep, Thursday it comes out. So today will count towards Thursday. But again, if it comes down too hard too fast, then it just rolls off and it doesn't get soaked into the ground where it needs it. What we need is like one of those 2-day light rains where we end up getting like half an inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain over the course of a day and a half. That really helps. This helps, but not as much as something like that. The gust of wind keeps triggering my Ring camera. I know how that is. Let's see. Someone just says Hallam. Hallam, I barely knew him. It'll be a little bit, because the storms that will hit Hallam are probably right here. So that's probably an hour away. Taking a sweet time though, isn't it? Let's see what it looks like outside. Is that Boeing of the storm at the Iowa-Nebraska border? Yeah, I think it was. Is the wind strongest at the bow usually? Yes. Yeah, this is... See, it's kind of blown itself out now. That's why it's no longer severe right along here, because it's not as pronounced. Still pretty good storm though. Turning it to more of a local radar. It's all building south. We're going to get some heavy rain out of this, that's for sure. Lots of baby storms in that pocket headed for Tri-Cities. I agree. How is it going to be in Lincoln? Connor asks. Thunderstorms. Quick answer as to what causes bowing. It's the wind. It's the wind that pushes out from the thunderstorms, and they start to move faster than the other parts of the storm. So that's why it bows out, because it gets out in front of the rest of the storm and it turns into a bow, and that just kind of escalates it, and then it wears itself out. Any guess why it hooked around Lancaster at the county line almost exactly? I don't see that. Because if you look at this storm, two things are happening. This is your leading edge of the storm right there. So that's all moving like this, right? The actual storm is. But inside it, your smaller storms are moving this way. They're moving due east, especially the ones on the left side. So it's all kind of moving this way while it's getting pulled south. So that's also happening everywhere along Interstate 80. It's just kind of moving along. You're concentrating on Lancaster County, which I get, that's where you live. But if you look everywhere else, it's doing the exact same thing. Hail chance near Branched Oak. Any hail chance is pretty small. But yeah, thankfully it's weakened pretty much. Still some heavy rain, still a lot of lightning. but the wind has diminished. This was expected too. If you recall, this is what was supposed to happen. Seems like everybody's disappointed that the severe weather hasn't happened, but if you remember, let me see if I can find it. We were on the very edge of that severe weather threat. So the biggest threat was in here, which is where we saw the strongest storms. But once it got into that area, they started to weaken, and they will continue to weaken once they get, and they're still strong, but I mean they're going to get much weaker when they get into this area. But they're still strong here. There's still some severe weather out there, but they were much stronger in the middle part of that. So that's, everything's happening like it is supposed to. Would look cool from a plane. I agree, Don. Good night, Marno. I agree, Logan. Let's see, how's the weather going to be through the night? A little bit before Glenwood. I mean, this line of storms is just going to roll through, and then once it's done, it's done. Looks like it could skirt north of GI. Yeah, I would point out this right here. See how it's expanding west a little bit? This is probably going to be cruising through Tri-Cities. Bestie, the D word. 1000%. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it. Thanks again for the W in the chat. Gotta love it when models are accurate. I agree, Keeper. Pouring and blowing north of Seward. Thanks, Maggie. My show is a mess right now. I'm gonna have to come in early just to fix everything I've done tonight. Jeez. Pretty sure everybody's, this isn't a strong storm. I mean, you're probably going to hear some lightning, so if, I wouldn't be worried about severe weather or doing anything. If you want to go to bed, go to bed. There's not, it's not that bad out there. I know, I kind of want to go home too. The heat just takes it out of me. Jeez.
See, I made a mistake. I started a project that can't be stopped.
Oh, you got to go all the way to the end?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. All right. Good night, Beekeeper. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
I think this means I can come in later tomorrow.
Yeah? You do your own schedule, though, don't you?
Yeah, my morning meeting got canceled, so.
Oh. Temperature tomorrow, 80. Hang on. 87. 87 for a high tomorrow. Let's see. Good night, Fortnite. Good night. Any good ice cream trips lately? Not lately. It's been a busy couple of weeks.
Have you ever had the weird ice cream, or not weird, but the one that's like downtown by Laszlo's?
Which one is that? And no, I haven't.
Oh.
Cream,
It's like-
402 Creamery? Oh.
I don't think so. They've got all these weird flavors.
No.
They had like a strawberry rhubarb mint. Not
Was
too
it,
long ago.
wasn't there, was that the same place that had the Runza chili flavor?
Probably.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah,
I don't know if I could get down with that.
I know.
Probably get a little.
Yeah.
Give it a try.
I'd try it, but you know, I'm not gonna buy it.
Like, just a tiny little spoon.
Ooh, I agree, Cameron. Ooh, that was a good thunder, lightning bolt. Let's see. Storms are still rolling. Go to Duluth for ice cream at the Portland Malt Shop. Duluth, Minnesota? Shoot. That's a long drive. Yeah, this thing right here is causing, it's like moving faster than the rest of it. So this stuff is trying to catch up. This is eventually going to move right over Lincoln. So we're going to get some light rain and then some really heavy rain. And then we might even see this over here, depending if it drops south. And notice this is still trying to grow. Max wind gusts at the airport or in town? Probably at the airport. I'm telling you, you're sleeping on the dairy store at East Campus. Yeah, I need to get there. I can't believe I've lived in Lincoln this long and I haven't gone there. You're absolutely right. How's the radar look around midnight? It'll look like this, but further southeast. Ivana Cone, is that it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Matt. I think you're right.
Yeah, I went to Laszlo's last week with.
Yeah, Jameson, you're right. Ivana. You what?
I went to Laszlo's last week with a friend and they recommended it, and I was like,
I do like Laszlo's though.
my
They're-
girlfriend's dairy free, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Uh, all right. How much south? How much South Lincoln rain? We'll see. I mean, you're probably going to end up with half an inch, give or take, but nothing there yet. Anybody you want to tell Aaron what he did wrong on YouTube? And what he has to do now? Sarah Ann, just rain. The severe threat's pretty small. Not zero, but Stonix, if you look everywhere downstream, that's what's happening. It's not just over Lincoln. It's happening. I was talking about this where, and I'll explain it again because it's worth explaining. This is the edge of your storm, right? Now, over here is more defined, but here it's jagged like that. See that? So, what does that mean? That means that it's going to be bumpy. It's bumpy here, it's bumpy here, it's bumpy here, and it's bumpy here. So it's not going around Lincoln. It's just it's a wave. So it's happening to Lincoln right now. Hey, look at that, Aaron. All right. That's the first time that's worked. Thanks, Aaron. W in the chat. I've tried to get people to pay $1 every time they say that word, and nobody's ever done it. Aaron's the first one. So, Aaron, thank you. That's the darndest thing. So anyway, storms aren't going around Lincoln. They're doing that along the entire storm. You're just focusing on one spot because you live in Lincoln, and I understand that. But if you look, it's happening. Yeah, it's happening right there. It's also happening right there. It's also happening right there. It's also happening right here. Did the station ever get their new transmission tower for Lincoln set up? Huh?
Oh, the one here in Lincoln? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, we did.
We got a new transmitter.
Yep, we did. We did DXCV. Let's see.
So
You're welcome, Stonix. $2. So here it is, number 2. Okay, Aaron. Fair enough. That's awesome. That's really cool. I really appreciate that, Aaron. That made my night. You really made my light. Okay, I can move that stuff right there. Yeah, this is really interesting to look at because this is obviously the stronger part of the storm right there. And then this is the weaker part of the storm. And because it's the weaker part of the storm, it's more jagged. So let's just look how bumpy it is. And then over here, it's just a solid line. That's really cool. Heavy rain in far southeast Lincoln. Thanks, Emily. Hi, 337. Let's see. Will Lincoln see hail? Probably not, Victoria. Just wind. Heavy rain in far southeast Lincoln. The rain is just rolling into Nebraska City. Thank you, Carla. Is Lincoln going to get any bad weather tonight or just rain? Mainly just rain. If we see some gusty winds, that's certainly a possibility, but this hasn't been very severe as of late. What does extended radar look like? That's more like a Stormcast or a Futurecast. I mean, if I show you a model, it's from like 3 hours ago because nothing is updated lately. But I can, nope, that's not what I want. Where did it go? Starting to rain in Belmont. Thanks, Travis. Okay, we'll see what we can find here. I'll use the shortest model run I can find, which is this one right here. This is usually pretty good. I think timing is a little off on this because it's okay. So it's right about there, and it's not far enough south. So this is by 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, it's all the way that way. So that's what that model says. Let's look at this one. And that one doesn't match up very well either. See, that's a problem with these models. This one's pretty close. So it has everything lingering. Yeah, that's probably about right. So by about 3 in the morning, there's still storms out there. I mean, this lingers until about 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. It lingers along I-80 through 4 o'clock in the morning. So that's probably about right. This is the The latest HRRR I have is this one. It's the latest run. At least the latest run I have. Let's see. Not Iowa. Not Colorado. Jeez. So anyway, there's that. Let me get back to. I want to see. Oh, here we go. All right. Good night, Maggie. 85th and Holdridge. Rain. Thanks. 337. Can't tell if this line is trying to weaken or not. I don't think it. I think it's just being jagged because it's on the opposite side. You're welcome, Mark. All right. Well, looks like nothing extreme in Lincoln tonight. I agree. Victoria. Good night. Light just started a mile west of Lincoln. Thanks, William. Omaha. Someone's asking about Omaha. Just rain for the rest of the night. So there you go. I think I'm all caught up. Charles, have a good night. Appreciate you. The watch continues. That's what this says. What time is it? It's almost midnight. All right. If we don't see something by midnight, I may call it so I can head home. And I'll have I have Houston here. He'll stick around till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And then Jessica will be in around 2 or 3. And I mean, look what's happening over by Grand Island. We're starting to see on the edge of that more storms popping up right in there. See that? We're going to get some heavy rain here. And this pocket right there, that's coming right at Lincoln. Thunder King, yep, the storms are going to roll through Lincoln. Severe threats really diminished over the last couple of hours. But there's still a chance we could see an isolated strong storm. I mean, we're seeing it on the other side over here, but everything over here is so disjointed and broken, like me. Can you tell I'm getting tired? But this is more pronounced, straight, linear, makes sense. This is like, ooh, it's kind of all over the place. Finally hitting Northwest Lincoln. Thanks, Easy Breezy. Light rain starting at 56 in Pine Lake. Thank you, Christy. 214, my pleasure. What I've noticed, though, is talking to my daughter, who just turned 13. God help me. She's reminded me of my sense of humor because she says things that are just so funny. And I'm like, wait, that sounds like me back when I was in high school. 337, yes, tornado threat has diminished. It was never really high in southeast Lincoln to begin with, or southeast Nebraska. Here was, let's see if it's still there. Hang on. Here it is. This was, see, this was the tornado threat. And you notice this whole area didn't really have a chance. It was right through the middle, northeast, central, and southwest Nebraska. That's where the tornado threat was at. So it does seem to me that the lightning, at least on Lincoln's side, seems to be non-existent. And tell her I said happy late birthday. I will, JH. Thanks. Raindrops on the window. That's what I like to hear, Jim. Years go by fast. They do, but I've been told that since day one. So I keep telling myself that time goes by so fast. So I stop and I just look, like at least once a week, if not once a day. And I think I've slowed time down. Yeah, 13 years have zipped by, but I keep it in perspective. It's like I know that it's going to happen fast. So nothing really bad for Lincoln. I mean, some strong storms are still a possibility, but really bad, no. No. Did you start YouTube prior to Facebook? It's interesting that you have 150 here and just under 40 on Facebook, considering it's harder for most to come here. I've had YouTube a lot longer, or sorry, Facebook a lot longer, but YouTube, I've been really trying to do YouTube lives hard for the last year and a half. Facebook lives, I just started doing those. GH717 already missing your kid years. Enjoy it. You still got them. They're still there. I am on Mastodon. That's true. Can we see the Skycam again? Okay. Tomato plants got knocked down. Oh, Breezy, I'm sorry to hear that. You were in Grand Island on June 3rd, 1980. Tip of the cap to you. That was a hell of a day. Yeah, I've really tried YouTube a lot more than Facebook, but I'm now trying to do Facebook as much of, if not more than YouTube, because I like, those are the two. I'm really. Ooh, did you see that? That was cool. Anyway, good call, Stonix. The years are short and the days are long. That's true, Don. Pretty cool light show going on, though. I think the lightning's behind that first wave of clouds. When it comes to severe weather, how is the more chaotic front in the west not something to be watching? Wouldn't that make the air more unstable? I think I get what you're asking. When there's chaos, you need sustained. How do I explain it? You need this strong storm to stay that way for a while, to really get, like, you need hail to be lifted up over and over again. That's how you get really big hail. Is you get an updraft that keeps the little balls of ice floating until they get so heavy, because they keep running into each other and getting bigger and bigger and bigger until they finally get heavy enough and they fall. If you have the chaos where it's just kind of strong wind and then nothing, and then strong wind and then nothing, and then the hail will just fall, and so does the rain, and it just doesn't. It's not. You need solid storm moving through and in the same area for a while. So when it's chaotic, and that's why you're seeing this severe thunderstorm warning, less chaos. Over here, it's all jagged and broken, no severe weather. Glad it didn't rain in Lincoln on the 4th. I agree. How does sky lightning happen? It's clouds rubbing together. Static electricity. That's basically it. There's a lot more to it, but it's been so long since I studied that I don't remember everything. Going to get crazy enough to go to the basement around Northwest Lincoln? I don't think so, Michaela. I think you'll be fine. Hey, William just said I was right. That's the first person tonight that said I was right. I'll take it. Thanks, William. Light rain starting in 56 in Pine Lake. Oh, that was a few minutes ago. All right, caught up on everything. The hard part, doing two streams simultaneous, one Facebook, one YouTube, twice as many questions. How do you recognize a hook? That's through velocity and experience. 337. Appreciate that. Yeah, so searching out and seeing hook echoes. you have to see a lot of them, because there's many times storms are chaotic anyway inside of them. And so you can have what looks like rotation, and you just know after seeing them over and over and over again when it's that versus actual rotation. To my eye, I mean, I've been doing this for 25 years. I know it when I see it. It's just one of those things. How does sky lightning? I don't know. I don't understand what sky lightning is. When you see lightning in the distance, it's just lightning in a storm that's a long ways away. What's your tech's name? Does he have a meteorology degree to do that, or more on the IT side? Has he heard you talk enough to have a degree by proxy? I mean, Chris?
I'm a college dropout.
He's a college dropout. Really? Huh. He's our engineer, but I mean, smartest guy I've ever met. But you don't have to be smart and stay in college. You can do whatever you want.
I started in electrical.
Electrical engineering?
Yeah, basically worked my way up and got into project management and IT.
Cool.
And now I'm here.
Sometimes experience overshadows college. I think it should more than.
But fun fact, I'm a college dropout that taught at Iowa Western Community College for 4 years.
Really? Wow, that's awesome. Learned something a little bit about our engineer tonight, folks. What's the threat of tornadoes in South Lincoln? Tornado threat is basically zero now. Do I have time to go to the bathroom? It's a whole ordeal afterwards. I don't need to know anymore. You're fine. Go to the bathroom. What we really need is more plumbers, electricians, HVAC folks. I was an electrician, fun fact, in between college. I went to Chadron State for a couple of years, and then I was an electrician for 4 years, and then I went back to college, got my degree in meteorology, and here we are. I can wire, if I was to build a house, I could wire the whole house. Can you make I don't know if it passed inspection, because it's been a while. I know there's new breakers now and new outlets and all kinds of crazy stuff, but I did electrical work in Fremont, USA. Is he painting the paneling? No, he's putting basically wallpaper on it. It looks cool though. It's great. Wait, son of a what? Oops, forget the phony name. Son of a what? Eamon Healy? Can you make the dew point drop to something like 50? I'm crazy. Okay, I think son of a what the? That remind me to ask you about that. 337. Yeah, I highly respect a lot of the electricians. I only did it for 4 years, and I wish I knew more about it. Let's see. I've been following you from before you did the news on TV through the Arbor Day Foundation and then back to TV. Oh, thanks. Giga Digga. Eamon Healy. I got to remember that. Ooh, Dew Point and Grand Junction. Yeah, Colorado. Western Nebraska and Colorado, dry. I grew up in Western Nebraska, and it was the dew. We didn't know what humidity was. I didn't even have AC growing up. We didn't need it. It cooled off every night. You should do weather on the channel first. I don't know what that means. Okay, so storms are starting to fill in now. And somebody's going to point this out. Looks like it's missing Lincoln right now, and they're right, it is, but it's also, this is going to come in and fill. So this will eventually all be rain. going to go, let's look outside real quick. You should do weather on the TV channel first. Still trying to figure out what you're saying, Thunder King. I should be on TV like right now. I think you should develop the Rusty Weather app. You know, I agree, but I've heard it's really expensive, and I would need somebody to fund it, and then advertising to pay for it, and TV doesn't really like you to do outside work like that. Very windy and rainy in Seward. Is this the worst it's going to get? Yeah, this is it. Jim, I think you're right. You know what? I think I'm going to go. Is it Triple B printing? I may go. Like maybe I'll get 100 shirts made up and just give them away to people who donate to the ice cream fund or something. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Hey, son of a what though? Can we talk? That's a good idea, Jim. Yep. Everybody thinks I should start selling T-shirts.
I love merch.
I do too.
I know a t-shirt.
Who?
Branded FX is where I go through for the club.
Oh, okay. I'm paying for my kids' school.
She does. She doesn't have order minimums.
Is it out of Omaha?
No, here in Lincoln.
Okay.
They're attached to the fort. Some free advertising for them right now.
To the
You
fort?
can- I go and buy shirts and then just give them the design I want embroidered on it, and they'll do just that one. And then they'll save the design for me.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll do that. Didn't Jim's kids have scholarships though? There was a guy, there is, meteorologist Brad Panovich in North Carolina that did a bunch of merch through work. Oh, I think it's because he's Weather Brad, WX Brad. Said Weather Brad said it would, or something like that. And they did a whole thing. Should run a whole Rusty We Trusty campaign before WWT steals the idea. When I was working for the other station, WWT was our sister station, and there was a time that they were thinking about doing a tag team commercial about the two Rusties in the same market. It never got off the ground, but we were going to do a whole thing. They get their smarts from their mom. Let's see. I want to change over to swooping radar. Okay. See, it's still happening. This is kind of weird because you remember I was talking about that dips down, then there's this, dips down, and this is dipping down too, but it's filling in there. So this pocket of rain is headed towards Lincoln right now. Only one Rusty allowed per DMA. That's true. Them's the rules. Ah! Whoa! That was weird. The only other one I know, the only other Rusty, I think is up in Duluth, Minnesota. There might be another one. I did see a Rusty reporter for like one of the national news networks, and it was female. Her name was Rusty. So, who knew? This real-time stormcasting is great. Appreciate that, Tom. Almost like the D word. Yep. I don't have Southeast Community College camp. I can look at that. Told the fam it's strange we never run into you at Rusty Taco. They didn't appreciate me. You know what's weird about that? I've only been there a couple of times, and they were both downtown. Pretty quiet Southeast Community College. When it's gusty, turn to Rusty. I like that one too. Still bone dry at Bryan East. Yeah, it's still not much rain in Lincoln yet. It's coming. I can't tell if that's the sound of your printer or the rain. Printer hasn't gone off at all. Might be Chris back here doing work though. He's making a lot of noise. Okay, so nothing there. Let's look at this one. Yeah, that is a good one. Like I said, I need to start writing these down. When I get serious about it, I'll write them down. Ooh. Well, there's your instability. So this is kind of a fun one to look at. I'm going to get rid of the sweeping radar. See, there's your instability. Instead of Gawkin, turn to Dawkins. Oh, they write themselves, don't they? Going to Mahoney State Park Tuesday to Thursday. Tuesday fine. Wednesday and Thursday do have storm chances. That would be cool. Trusty Rusty hoodie. Man. Okay, now I got to do it.
You ever read the Farmer's Almanac?
Do I ever what?
Read the Farmer's Almanac?
No. I do not.
I don't know why that came to my head. It's just a curious question.
You just stay over there.
I'm getting closer.
I think we're all getting a little
It's time
punchy.
to go to bed.
Seinfeld reference. I sometimes do Seinfeld references and don't even know it. Anything for Friday? Oh, that's like 5 days away. What did I say? Yeah, I've got, let's see, Tuesday and Wednesday are dry. Thursday and Friday have storm chances. So, bada bing. Thursday has a storm chance. There you go. Get Rod Fowler to spring for the merch. Yeah, but then he'd want a cut of it. I'm not gonna do that. Oh, that's gold. That's okay. Yeah, that is a Seinfeld reference. This is frustrating, though. I mean, look at that. Got a hole right there. I mean, eventually it's going to fill in with this, but this is just fuels the trolls. Drives me nuts. Yeah, we're basically done with the severe weather threat. I'm surprised they haven't canceled the severe thunderstorm watch, but that's gold, Jerry, gold. Is that Ovaltine? That was the Ovaltine bit, wasn't it? Why did they call it Ovaltine? It's not round. Hi from Iowa. How's Warren County looking tonight? Warren County. Anybody know where Warren County is? Well, there's Iowa. So basically from Des Moines southwest to the southwestern corner of Iowa, storms. And that way they will roll through Interstate 35 into Iowa. So hopefully that helps. Roundtine. That's right. They call it Roundtine. Keeper of the Lake, good night. 1.77. That's a solid soaking in Columbus. Well done. Heidi, no. Of course, garbage cans will be out. I didn't call you a troll. Allison, yeah, you're fine. And these nothing is severe about these storms. What is Chris doing in the background? He is. What are you doing? Refacing the wood paneling. We're trying to get the 70s look out of the.
Trying to get into the 21st century.
Yeah, we're trying to get into the 21st century, not like the 1980s.
Resourceful.
Good night, Eamon, if that's your real name. Eamon Healy, whoever the heck that is. I'm gonna take this stupid tie off. Goodness sakes. It is 78 degrees in here, Chris. Just so you know. Looking at it right now.
Oh, I have greens coming to route one of our HVAC.
Really?
Vents over there from a different unit.
Okay.
So,
So it'll actually cool this side of the building and not just that side?
to the best of its ability, it's going to be a lot better than it is.
Okay, good.
Or it should be. I'm not going to say a lot, but it's going to be better than it is now.
Okay.
Should help a little bit.
Thunder King, good question. Why is he doing it so late? Because he can't do it during the day because there's shows during the day. It'd be weird if he was back here during the news. Oh, I know. Channel 8 needs a new outdoor sign on the side that faces south.
Oh, yeah.
We know.
I've got plans for that too.
He has plans. So, Jim, he's working on it.
Trust me, I think it's as ugly as you guys do.
Yeah, he doesn't like it either. Is this going to come close to South 91st and like none of this is severe, just storms rolling through from basically Custer County through Columbus, Grand Island, Lincoln, eventually towards Beatrice, Omaha. It's all moving through. So hopefully that helps Brianna. And thank you, Heidi. Where can I send a t-shirt design? rdawkins at klcantv.com. Email. Plans, I know. All right, guys. I think it's time to head home. It's after midnight. I think I'm going to go. Severe threat is basically done. Just some storms. Seems like a good time to head home so I can get home before the rain starts to kick in. But I did set up my my computer at home, so if something ramps up, I'll come back. So thank you, everybody, and I will be doing a t-shirt design contest in the coming days. All right. Good night, everybody.